Namaste, guys. ChristianRLong, life enhancement consultant, giving you a big and beautiful shout out on this Tuesday evening here in Denver, Colorado. It is 6:45-ish p.m. Mountain Time. We're jumping on for a daily dose of growth. Challenges designed to grow your soul and help you become a better person. Lena, Namaste. Welcome to the party. Is that a face mask in your profile picture? Looks nice. And so, as you guys know, we do our challenge review in the evenings from a challenge we did earlier this morning at 8 o'clock a.m. Mountain Time. We jump on and we say, hey, here's a challenge that is designed to help you become a better person, that's designed to get you out of your comfort zone. Could be mentally, could be emotionally, could be physically, could even be financially. In fact, when we do our challenge reviews, it's at 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time, but the reason we're doing it today at 6:45 p.m. Mountain Time is I just finished a prosperity class with one of the master pranic healers. Amazing, amazing, amazing. We had a very powerful meditation afterwards. A little blissed out, grounded, but a little blissed out. So, what was our challenge for today? For those of you logging on and didn't get the challenge, Randy, Namaste, and one of the quote-unquote rules that we have when we do these streams is in the evening, right now, for the challenge review, you say, I did it, I didn't do it. We did it, we didn't do it. Even if you don't know what the challenge was, because then that would mean you didn't do the challenge, right? And the reason we have this is to take personal responsibility and accountability, showing up or not showing up, right? Lori, Namaste. So it's not necessarily, hold on. Sorry, guys. It's not necessarily coming up with a story as to why you did or did not do something. Yay, Lori did it. Good job, girl. I'm proud of you. It's about taking responsibility. I noticed a big way that we squirrel out of responsibility, Tina, Namaste, is because we blame circumstances and other people for why we did or did not do something. Mostly didn't do something, right? So that's why when we jump on the challenges and we say, I did it, yay, we applaud, we celebrate, we clap for your success. And also if you said, I did not do it, and leave it at that. Because if you said, well, I did not do it because, fill in the blank, the reason is irrelevant. The reason is irrelevant, right? We totes did it. Aw, that's nice. Good. I love it. So the challenge tonight, or for the day, typically the challenges take 15 minutes or less to do, and you have a 10-hour window to do that challenge, right? So the challenge this morning for challenge number 56, we only have a few more challenges to go. Challenge number 56 was to go to uspranichealing.com, and purchase something from the store. Could be a bookmark, could be a book, could be a CD, could be a poster, could be oils, could be soaps, could be meditation shawls, meditation cushions, right? Anything and everything from the store. Could be $5. There's not really anything I can think of that's over $150 on the website. Why? For the purpose of giving credit and giving thanks to Grandmaster Choa Koksui's organization, who is the modern founder of pranic healing and Hatha yoga. So he's my teacher. I've been a student of his for many, many years, officially for 16 years. And we've been doing the past several months, even before Corona Bologna, doing daily dosages of light, love, and power. And then we've been doing the daily challenges for almost 60 days straight. And without Grandmaster Choa Koksui's teachings, without his blessings, without his healings, without the organizations and nonprofits that he built up over a 25 plus year career as a businessman, as a spiritual teacher, as an energy healer, and then as a scientist, there wouldn't be really anything for me to share with you. So I give all credit to my teacher, and as a way of saying thanks for those of you who have been coming on every single day, or those of you who've been coming on intermittently, it's a way of saying, hey, thanks. We support your organization. We support what you do and how you do it. Thank you. That's all. That was the challenge. Super easy. Nothing overly intense. Nothing. And Roger, I'm going to say, and you're going to be getting the benefit. Why? Because you're ordering something that's going to be coming in the mail and adding value to your life. in some way, shape, or form, whatever it is that you ordered on the website. Now, the caveat to this that we talked about in the challenge this morning, that for those of you who watch this stream and get value from this stream, but you're not in the United States and you want to participate in the challenge, is actually donating to MCKS Charitable Foundation. You could donate $5, you could donate $5,000, anywhere in between, right? That would be another way of doing it versus ordering something in another country and then spending $30, $40, $50 to get it shipped to your country. It's kind of a waste in the sense of spending all that money when that $50 could go towards feeding a child or helping somebody with legal assistance that is wrongly accused or wrongly imprisoned, right? So that was another way of participating in the challenge. You go to uspranichealing.com and order a product, get it shipped to you, or you go to Google, type in MCKS Charitable Foundation, and then you donate to the teachers' causes. And Master Choa has many, many different charities and nonprofits that help many different people in many areas of life. So you can just find something that's suitable for you and donate to that. So I would recommend it even if you didn't do it right now. Still planting the seed, uspranichealing.com, order a product, get it shipped to your house. There's dozens and dozens of products related to meditation, energy healing, practical spirituality that can and will transform your life if you purchase it, read it, apply it. Easy peasy, right? Chrissy Atman, namaste. Bam. I'm trying to think of anything else. And that was for you guys that were participating in the challenge. It's simply generating good karma, right? You receive a lot of value from these streams every single day or intermittently throughout the days that we've been doing it. And it is in the giving that we receive, right? So if you want to increase your ability to receive, then a way of having an energy exchange is purchasing something. Another way of doing it is sharing something, right? You can always share these streams on your personal and professional Facebook pages to get the word out about the meditations we do every single day, about the challenges that we do every single day, about the new projects that we're working on over the upcoming weeks and months. But yeah, it's in the giving that we receive. I've received so much in pranic healing over the past 16 years that it's become my profession, it's become my dharma, it's become my livelihood in every sense of the word, because I love the work that I do and I'm very, very honored to do it. Chrissy says, I went to the website and found something I wanted to order but couldn't place the order right now next week, so I didn't do it. That a girl. Wait, next week. Sangeeta, namaste. What am I trying to understand? But couldn't place the order right now next week. Meaning you're going to place the order next week? I guess I missed the next week part. Like, is the website down for a couple days and they're going to be up again, or is the product out for a week? I'm not quite sure what the next week thing is. Look at Sangeeta getting all professional on us. Okay, got it. Calling me sir. Sangeeta, you're so sweet. I appreciate you. But while I got you guys on, is there anything specific that you want to talk about tonight in relationship to today's challenge, a book, a poster? It's actually very interesting. Speaking of poster, see, we're coming up with our own topic on the fly. So in my, this is my home office, right? I live here and I work here. And on the wall, I have what is the Great Invocation poster. The Great Invocation poster. And there are several versions of the Great Invocation poster over the past 20, 25 years. They looked a certain way when Grandmaster Choa Kuk-Sui was in the body, and then they looked a certain way when Grandmaster Choa Kuk-Sui was out of the body. And there's different prices for the poster. And you might be saying, well, why are there different prices for the same poster, right? And it has to do with consecration. Yes, order next week. No. Okay. It has to do with consecration. So what does consecration mean? Consecration means strengthening the link of that item to the divine. Strengthening the link of that item to the divine. So for instance, for those of you who are brought up in the Catholic faith, you have what is known as Mass, and you get the wine, and you get the Eucharist, right? The bread. The bread through a ritual that has been done for thousands of years, this ritual consecrates or impregnates divine energy into that sacred object, the Holy Eucharist. So when somebody eats the Holy Eucharist, there's actually something called Eucharist healing. When somebody eats the Holy Eucharist, the light of the Holy Eucharist goes throughout the person's energy body, throughout their auras, throughout their health rays, throughout their chakras, and deeply cleanses their energy body. It's really, really quite powerful. The more spiritually developed the priest is, the stronger and more lasting the blessing is in the Eucharist. So that's connected to the crown of the priest, the crown chakra, and the spiritual cord of the priest, right? So the more spiritually developed that person is, blessing it, the stronger the consecration is of that item, right? So if somebody has a small cord, spiritual cord and a small crown, and they do a blessing, like a prayer, there's a certain amount of energy. But someone has a super big spiritual cord and a super big crown, they do the blessing, it's illuminated with much, much more what? Light. So the consecration, so there's degrees or levels of consecration. Make sense so far? So many, many years ago, as a gift for my very first pranic healing class that I organized for my instructor and one of my mentors, is I was given or gifted the Great Invocation poster. The Great Invocation poster that I had for many, many years. And it was consecrated directly by Grandmaster Choa. So my teacher, who you see on the wall, physically consecrated that poster. And I used that poster for a number of years for healings and for meditations, and I had profound experiences using that poster. And you might say that doesn't make any sense. That's incomprehensible. How can a poster that's on a wall give you healing? How can a poster that's on a wall, an inanimate object, be used to deepen your meditation practice? Well, there's many levels of truth to that. We're not going to go into it for this particular stream, but trust me when I say this, until you can validate it for yourself, there is lots and lots and lots of energy in the posters of pranic healing, especially in the poster that Grandmaster Choa Kuk-Sui blessed. Unfortunately, in my travels, which have been extensive over the past 15 years, that poster was left in a friend's attic, and I think he somehow, some way misplaced it when he sold his house. So that poster, hopefully it's in the hands of somebody good that has good intentions with it. Maybe they just like the look of the poster and they decide to hang it on the wall, and by hanging it on the wall, the people who have that poster are getting energy. So I reordered a poster. Now Grandmaster Choa Kuk-Sui left his body in March of 2007, so he's not around anymore physically. So this poster was blessed by a senior practitioner, a senior disciple, for 25 years. So this particular poster, if I remember correctly, has about 19 more years of consecration. That makes sense? So certain things can be consecrated for the moment. So the person spiritually blesses it, it's connected to the divine. The person consumes it, or they hold the item. It could be water, it could be bread, it could be an artifact like a flower or a meditation shawl, and that energy can be consumed almost immediately for healing purposes, or the consecration could last for thousands of years. As I understand it, when great teachers want a consecration to last for a long period of time, they will carve or write a blessing into steel, iron, or rock. And then that material will hold on to a blessing for, in some cases, thousands of years, which those are known as terma, or earth treasures. A treasure meaning something being blessed by a great teacher, like Lord Jesus, Lord Buddha, Lord Muhammad, right? So it's quite fascinating. So some items, the consecration is for a short period of time. Sometimes the consecration is for thousands of years. And it depends on the purpose of the spiritual teacher and the purpose of the blessing. Does that make sense? So you can go to uspranichealing.com and possibly find a few more of the Great Invocation posters that have been consecrated for 25 years. I'm not sure if there's many left, last time I checked, but there are other posters in pranic healing that have other purposes. Some purposes are for healing, some purposes are for prosperity, some purposes are for good fortune. So it depends on what it is that you're seeking at this time in your life. It's kind of like Grandmaster Chogo Koksui would say, look at the guru as a grocery store. And what he meant by that is when you go to the grocery store, the typical grocery store has over 40,000 items, right? When you go to the grocery store, do you grab every single item off the shelves every time you go? No, right? Sometimes you go to the grocery store and you need something very, very specific, one or two things specifically. Other times you go to the grocery store as your maintenance of, we're out of bread, we're out of milk, we're out of eggs. It's just the things you get every single week, right? The spiritual teacher is similar to that. So sometimes you need to go to the spiritual teacher for a specific blessing, a specific healing, specific advice, right? You don't take everything that the spiritual teacher has to offer because the spiritual teacher is great, broad, like the ocean, very, very wide and expansive and very, very deep, right? So there are many books by Grandmaster Chogo Koksui. There are many tools by Grandmaster Chogo Koksui. There are many books and CDs by Grandmaster Chogo Koksui. You don't need all of them all the time. You need certain tools, certain techniques, certain books, certain CDs at certain times of your life. And then once you practice that tool and you get the desired benefit or result, then you go on to another tool or practice. Make sense? So Tina says, I didn't see the meditation pillow. No, I don't think they've ever sold a meditation pillow on the uspranichealing.com website. Gigi, Atma Namaste. Good to have you on. I'm glad you and I are now friends on Facebook the past couple days. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're talking about our challenge review. We had the challenge assignment in the morning, and now we're doing our challenge review, challenge number 56 of 60 challenges. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Karen, Atma Namaste. Welcome. But hopefully you guys got value out of that. We're just going through the teacher's teachings. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of that. Lots of information was just shared. If you're sensitive and you're aware, the last 10 minutes of us talking, lots of information was shared. Lots of levels of truth and lots of facets of truth. So hopefully you absorbed it, you assimilate it, and you use it to transform your life. Oh, I thought I heard you say, meditation shawl, not meditation pillow. I don't ever remember seeing a meditation pillow on the uspranichealing.com website. Not that I can recall. I'm trying to think about the other pranic healing websites if I ever remember seeing cushions. I have my cushion right here. It's too long. Oh, I was sitting on it. I'm still sitting on it. Thanks, Karen. So that's my meditation cushion. Many, many hours on my butt on this cushion. This was about $60. Typical what you're going to spend. But I would recommend, Elizabeth, Atma Namaste, I would recommend getting a meditation cushion in person. I wouldn't recommend buying it on Amazon, right? Because we want to buy it on Amazon because we get it in 2 days. We have all the variety, blah, 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 blah. The challenge with that is this is something you're going to be using not for a couple weeks or a couple months, but this is something you could potentially be using for years or decade or more, right? So I would recommend trying it out, trying out different types of meditation cushions before you decide. And so it's very hard to sit on, get a meditation cushion online and go, oh yeah, that's going to feel comfortable. I tried several meditation cushions before deciding on this one. And then even still, I have to determine how much stuffing I'm going to put in this in order for it to be comfortable. Because what's more important Pretty I want. What's more important in your meditation practice is being comfortable versus looking like a yogi. Do you guys get the difference? Because so many people want to be like super straight spine. They want to have full lotus. They want to be holding their hands in a specific mudra. They want to be looking up like this, right? And they want to be able to hold that for 45 or 50 or 60 minutes or more, right? They want to look yogic, but the entire time, rather than focusing on their meditation practice, they're focusing on how uncomfortable they are. So you notice within the school of pranic healing, we tend to meditate in chairs. Because why? Chairs are comfortable. You don't see a lot of us meditating on the ground in full lotus. Kaliyapa namaste. Some people do, right? Some people do meditate in full lotus when they do their Arhatic yoga practices, and that's perfectly fine and acceptable, right? But it's more important to be comfortable than to look yogic. Why? Because if you're comfortable, when you sit and meditate, you can sink deeper into the meditation versus being distracted by how uncomfortable your physical body is. Does that make sense? And then as you progress and advance and become better and better and better at your meditation practice and stilling yourself, then you can start integrating little by little techniques. Like, okay, I'm going to start doing I'm going to move my foot from here to here. All right, after several months or a year, now I'm going to start crossing my legs in half lotus. You hold that for a while. Now I'm going to start practicing, full lotus, but for 10 minutes, and then I'll undo it. Always be comfortable through your practice. If you're not comfortable doing your meditation practice, you are not doing it correctly. Okay? This is coming from 21 years of meditation experience. Not bragging, not boasting, right? It's a fact. And I've meditated all over the country in different parts of the world. I've taught thousands of people how to meditate. I've spent thousands of hours in my own meditation practice. So I'm giving you the best advice that I know how to give you in this short period of time together. For those of you who want more advice, more counsel on how to deepen your meditation experiences, or for those of you who need healing, you can hire me. My website, ChristianRLong.com. I can help you with your meditation practice. I can help you with certain kinds of healing practices. It depends on what you need, right? The guru, I'm not your guru, but the guru is the grocery store. So I'm like one of the clerks at the grocery store asking you, can I help you find anything? Do you need help? What are you looking for? Oh, that's aisle 12, right? That's my job. Gigi says, I need this gradually progression. Yes. Yeah, from trauma. So physical trauma, gradual. Emotional trauma, gradual. For sure. But meditation is one of the most powerful things that a human being can do to evolve. Meditation and service are the fastest ways to illumination. All the great spiritual teachers meditated. All the saints meditated. Great business people meditate. Meditation is becoming more and more commonplace. It has been practiced for thousands of years, but at this point in history, more and more people are comfortable in sharing, hey, I meditate. Yeah, I do this 20-minute breathing technique. I do this visualization. Pedro, namaste. I do fill in the blank, right? So meditation practices are becoming more and more commonplace. And with that, you're going to get an influx of techniques. Some techniques are more effective and efficient than others, and that requires discernment. Grandmaster Chogo Koksui says, one of the most important skills to develop on the spiritual path is discernment. Discernment means to judge something correctly. It doesn't mean to criticize, because when you criticize something, you're using negative emotion to view it. It's the filter, right? The filter of negative emotion. But to judge something, to practice discernment, means to see something clearly, right? So for instance, if a psychic, a medium, a clairvoyant meets up with you, you hire that person for a healing, and they say, okay, your great-great-grandfather is hovering above you right now and giving me the message to tell you to quit your job, sell all your possessions, and move to Little Rock, Arkansas, and to start a pigeon farm. Without discernment, what are you going to do? You're going to quit your job, sell all your possessions, and move to Little Rock, Arkansas, and start a pigeon farm. Right? No discernment. But somebody that has discernment goes, let's see, how would that help progress my life forward? Financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. How would that improve my life if I quit my job? If I sold my house and all my possessions and I moved to Little Rock? Is there an opportunity in Little Rock, Arkansas I'm unfamiliar with? Let me look into it. Do you see? So you're not completely discarding it, but at the same time you're practicing discernment and go, well, what level of truth is available for me to take advantage of right now? That's why discernment is very, very, very important on the spiritual path. So Tina says, for full lotus, are the feet resting on the tops of the knees? No, the feet are resting on the thighs. The feet are resting on the thighs, the middle of the thigh, for lotus, for full lotus. Good question. Most people think to get into lotus is a knee issue, when in fact getting into lotus is a hip issue. If your hips are open and flexible, right, and you gradually work into loosening up your hips, it's very easy to get into lotus. It's not a knee issue. The reason people hurt themselves getting into lotus is they force their knee to turn. Your knee doesn't have a lot of flexibility or mobility, more mobility, right? Because it's ligaments. So if your hip sockets are loose and open, it's very easy to get into lotus, right? But most people think it's a knee related to the knee, so they force and jar their knee to cross, and then they end up what? Hurting their knee. And it's interesting because I know of some people who I watched online who rushed getting into lotus because they were doing it improperly, and they did knee damage that bothered them for 5 and 10 years after their practice. So they forced prematurely, they did improper technique, and they rushed it, and they ended up hurting their knee, and it never recovered. It's a big deal, right? So you have to be, what did we talk about earlier in the stream? It's more important to be comfortable, not look so yogic, so you can go deeper into your meditation experience, and then gradually over time, you start adjusting here, adjusting there, adjusting here, adjusting there. Trust me, there's many, many things that you can do along the practice. So I hope that helps. Thank you guys for allowing me to share the teacher's teachings with you today. May your life be blessed. May your day be blessed. For those of you who need healing, again, reach out to me at ChristianRLong.com. And I look forward to serving you. Sorry, Master, I moved the camera here, so Master keeps getting moved. But let me know how I can serve you moving forward. Share this stream if you got value out of it with someone on your Facebook page, personally, professionally. We're going to be doing a full moon meditation and lecture this coming Sunday at 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time. You're welcome, Gigi. 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time. And I look forward to serving you there as well. Join us tomorrow at 8 o'clock a.m. for another challenge, another daily dose of growth. Will be challenge number 57 at 8 o'clock a.m. Mountain Time. You too. Have a great week. Hey, have a great week too. Have a great night, everyone. Have a great week. High five to Karen for the teeny tiny baby hearts. And I will talk to you guys soon. This is Christian Long, Life Enhancement Consultant, wishing you a beautiful day, a beautiful week, and a beautiful life. Atma, namaste. Bye-bye.